Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the noise of life? The constant chatter, the endless worries, and the never-ending rush? What if I told you that Islam offers a simple yet powerful solution to clear your mind, find inner peace, and regain control over your thoughts? Today, we're exploring a concept that will transform the way you approach stress, anxiety, and daily distractions. It's called empty your mind. Now, you may be wondering, how do we empty our minds in Islam? Is it about just silencing our thoughts or escaping from reality? Not at all. In Islam, emptying your mind means turning away from the endless distractions of the world and focusing your heart and mind on what truly matters, connecting with Allah. It's about letting go of worries, embracing peace, and finding clarity in the midst of chaos. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll have practical tools to calm your heart and quiet your mind, no matter what life throws your way. So, let's start, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Deen Xplorers for more enlightening content. 1. The importance of a calm mind in Islam. In the fast-paced world we live in today, it often feels like our minds are racing constantly. We juggle work, school, family, and social commitments, and in the process, we forget one crucial thing: the importance of having a calm and peaceful mind. Islam, however, has always provided timeless wisdom on how to deal with stress and find peace in our hearts. A calm mind is essential for maintaining good mental health, making wise decisions, and being closer to Allah. Islam teaches us that true peace comes when we focus our hearts and minds on the right things, and this peace is not just a fleeting feeling, but a deep, lasting tranquility that can only come from connecting with Allah. The Quran and the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, repeatedly highlight the need for inner peace. The ones who believe and their hearts are peaceful with the remembrance of Allah. Listen, the hearts find peace only in the remembrance of Allah. When our minds are filled with worries and anxieties, the solution is to remember Allah. The act of zikr, or remembering Allah, is not just about reciting words. It's about calming our souls, grounding our thoughts, and finding our way back to the Creator. Every time we engage in zikr, we are reminded of the bigger picture, which is the eternal peace and satisfaction found in Allah's presence. This remembrance serves as a soothing balm for our restless minds. But why is a calm mind so essential in Islam? The answer lies in the fact that our actions and decisions are deeply influenced by the state of our minds. A person who is stressed and overwhelmed may struggle to think clearly, make good decisions, or even interact positively with others. Islam emphasizes self-control, patience, and mindfulness, all qualities that are rooted in having a calm mind. When we are calm, we can make better decisions, show kindness to others, and deal with life's challenges with grace and patience. Moreover, a calm mind enables us to fulfill our religious duties with sincerity and focus. For example, when we perform salah, prayer, we are supposed to give our full attention to the act of worship, connecting with Allah and reflecting on His greatness. If our minds are cluttered with thoughts of work or personal problems, it becomes difficult to pray with full concentration. Therefore, emptying our minds of worldly distractions is not only beneficial for our mental health, but it is also essential for our spiritual well-being. A clear mind enhances our connection with Allah, making our worship more meaningful and impactful. The importance of a calm mind also extends to our relationships with others. In Islam, kindness, patience, and understanding are key values, and these can only flourish if we are at peace with ourselves. A person who is constantly anxious or stressed may react harshly to others, misinterpret situations, or fail to show empathy. However, when we learn to quiet our minds and find peace within, we are better able to listen, understand, and respond with compassion to those around us. It's also important to recognize that attaining peace of mind doesn't mean we live in a world without challenges. Islam acknowledges that life is filled with trials, difficulties, and tests. But even in the face of hardship, we are taught to trust in Allah's plan and to find comfort in the belief that everything happens for a reason. The calmness we seek comes from relying on Allah, understanding that no matter how difficult a situation may seem, there is always wisdom behind it. This is what makes the peace in Islam so powerful. It's not a fleeting sense of calm that comes and goes with circumstances, but a deep-rooted tranquility that is built on faith and trust in Allah. 2. Seeking refuge in Allah from negative thoughts. In the busy, challenging world we live in, it's common for our minds to become overwhelmed with negative thoughts, fears, and worries. Whether it's the stress of daily life, doubts about the future, or fears of the unknown, we all experience moments where our minds feel cluttered and restless. Islam recognizes these struggles and offers us a beautiful and powerful tool to help clear our minds and find peace, seeking refuge in Allah from negative thoughts. In times of distress, it is natural for our minds to become filled with negative whispers, doubts, and anxiety. These thoughts can often feel overwhelming, as if they are clouding our judgment and peace of mind. Islam teaches us that these negative thoughts and feelings are not to be faced alone. We are encouraged to turn to Allah and seek His help and protection. The act of seeking refuge in Allah is a form of surrender, acknowledging that He is the ultimate source of peace, protection, and tranquility. Say, I seek refuge with the Lord of mankind, the King of mankind, the God of mankind, from the evil of the whisperer who withdraws when Allah's name is pronounced. Allah is our protector, and by seeking refuge in Him, we can find relief from the overwhelming burden of negative emotions. When we seek refuge in Allah, we acknowledge that He is the only one who has control over our hearts and minds. In the moments of our anxiety and distress, we must remember that Allah's protection is greater than any fear or worry that may arise within us. By turning to Him in times of uncertainty, we not only seek His refuge from harmful thoughts, but we also place our trust in His wisdom and mercy. This act of trust allows us to release the control that negative thoughts can have over us and find comfort in knowing that Allah is looking after us. Islam also teaches us that negative thoughts often stem from the whispers of Shaitan, who aims to sow doubt, fear, and confusion in our hearts. Shaitan tries to divert us from peace and contentment by filling our minds with harmful thoughts. But Allah, in His infinite mercy, has provided us with a powerful defense. By seeking refuge in Allah from the evil of the whisperer, we are shielded from the negative influences that Shaitan tries to impose on our hearts and minds. This protection is not just physical, but mental and spiritual, helping us clear our minds from negativity and redirect our focus to Allah. One of the most important things we can do when we are struggling with negative thoughts is to remember that we are not alone. Seeking refuge in Allah is a reminder that He is always there, ready to help us through our struggles. In addition to seeking refuge in Allah, we are also encouraged to engage in practices that help reduce the impact of negative thoughts. One such practice is zikr, the remembrance of Allah, which has a calming effect on the mind and heart. When we remember Allah through His names and attributes, we invite peace into our hearts, and this peace helps to push away the negative thoughts and worries that might otherwise take root. Engaging in zikr during times of anxiety or stress can help quiet the mind, restore focus, and bring us back to a place of calm and clarity. Moreover, Islam teaches us to maintain a positive outlook on life, even in the face of difficulties. By focusing on the positive aspects of life and trusting in Allah's wisdom, we can shift our mindset from negative to gratitude, allowing us to clear our minds of worry and fear. The concept of seeking refuge in Allah from negative thoughts also aligns with the Islamic practice of self-reflection and self-discipline. Islam teaches us to be mindful of our thoughts and to guard against negativity. 3. Taking time for self-reflection and silence. In the constant rush of life, it's easy to overlook the importance of self-reflection and silence. We are often surrounded by noise, whether it's the demands of work, the chatter of social media, or the constant need to be busy. But Islam teaches us that taking time for self-reflection and silence is not only valuable, but essential for mental clarity and spiritual growth. In a world that constantly pulls our attention in different directions, moments of stillness allow us to reconnect with ourselves, our purpose, and our Creator. Self-reflection in Islam is an important practice because it allows us to evaluate our actions, thoughts, and intentions. The Quran invites us to reflect on the signs of Allah in the world around us, in our own lives, and in our hearts. The act of reflecting isn't just about looking back at the past, but also about looking inward to understand ourselves better, to assess where we are in our journey, and to identify areas in which we can improve. By engaging in reflection, we make a conscious effort to purify our hearts, improve our relationship with Allah, and become better versions of ourselves. Did they not reflect in their own selves? Allah did not create the heavens and the earth and what is between them, but with a just cause and for an appointed time. Yet many of the people are disbelievers in the meeting with their Lord. Reflection is an act of humility. It is the recognition that we are constantly in need of growth and improvement. It is in moments of stillness and self-reflection that we can recognize the areas in our lives where we have strayed, the areas in which we need Allah's guidance, and the areas in which we can strive to do better. Reflecting on our actions and intentions also helps us develop a sense of accountability to Allah and to ourselves. This practice enables us to purify our hearts, remove negative feelings, and focus our thoughts on what truly matters, pleasing Allah. Silence plays a vital role in this process. In a world filled with noise, both external and internal, silence provides the space we need to think clearly, focus deeply, and connect with Allah. Taking time for silence and self-reflection also allows us to reconnect with our spiritual purpose. In Islam, every individual has a unique role to play in this world, and it is through reflection that we are able to discover and understand that role. When we reflect on our purpose, our intentions, and the direction of our lives, we can better align ourselves with the teachings of Islam and the will of Allah. Silence gives us the opportunity to step away from the noise of the world and listen to our hearts, to understand what is truly important, and to refocus on our connection with Allah. Additionally, moments of self-reflection and silence help us manage stress and anxiety. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the pressure of responsibilities and the noise of constant activity. Taking time to pause, reflect, and be silent can help us regain our balance and clear our minds. When we are quiet and still, we allow ourselves the opportunity to breathe, reset, and regain our composure. This is especially important for maintaining mental and emotional well-being. Silence and reflection enable us to deal with challenges from a place of inner peace, as we are better able to focus on finding solutions and not being consumed by the problem itself. The practice of self-reflection and silence is also deeply connected to the concept of gratitude in Islam. When we take time to reflect, we begin to recognize the countless blessings that Allah has bestowed upon us. Reflecting on our lives, our families, our health, and our relationship with Allah allows us to develop a sense of gratitude for what we have. Moreover, the act of reflection and silence enhances our ability to engage in sincere worship. When we are still and silent, we can better focus on our prayers and supplications. The quality of our worship is enhanced when our hearts and minds are free from distractions. In these moments, we can develop a deeper connection with Allah, contemplating His attributes and reflecting on His mercy, power, and wisdom. The more we reflect on our relationship with Allah, the more we are able to build a meaningful connection with Him, which leads to greater peace of mind and tranquility in our lives. 4. Being grateful and avoiding overthinking. Gratitude is one of the most powerful practices in Islam, and it plays a central role in bringing peace to our minds and hearts. In a world where we are often preoccupied with what we lack or what we want, Islam teaches us to focus on what we already have. By embracing gratitude and avoiding overthinking, we can clear our minds, reduce stress, and find contentment, no matter the circumstances. Gratitude allows us to appreciate the blessings in our lives and to recognize that everything, both big and small, is a gift from Allah. Recall the time when your Lord declared, "If you express gratitude, I shall certainly give you more, and if you are ungrateful, then my punishment is severe." When we express gratitude, we are reminded of the countless blessings we often take for granted: our health, our family, our ability to see, hear, and speak, and we begin to feel a sense of peace and fulfillment in what we have. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we don't have to what we already possess, fostering a deep sense of appreciation and contentment. In our busy lives, it is easy to fall into the trap of overthinking. We tend to overanalyze situations, worry about the future, and dwell on past mistakes. This constant mental chatter can leave us feeling overwhelmed, anxious, and drained. However, Islam encourages us to focus on the present moment and trust that Allah's plan is greater than our own worries. The practice of gratitude is an effective tool in combating overthinking, because when we acknowledge the blessings we have, we stop fixating on what's missing. We realize that we are surrounded by gifts from Allah, and this realization brings peace and contentment, allowing us to silence the negative thoughts that often cloud our minds. Instead of constantly comparing ourselves to others and wondering why we don't have what they have, we are encouraged to look at those who have less than us. By doing so, we realize how much we have been blessed with, and we develop a sense of gratitude. This simple shift in perspective can have a profound impact on our mental well-being, helping us clear our minds and reduce feelings of inadequacy or longing. Overthinking often arises from a sense of uncertainty about the future or fear of the unknown. We may worry about what might happen, what could go wrong, or how things will turn out. However, Islam teaches us that we are not in control of everything. Overthinking often stems from the need to control outcomes, but by trusting Allah, we relieve ourselves of the burden of trying to predict every detail of our future. When we let go of the need to control and place our trust in Allah, we find peace and tranquility. Instead of overthinking, we are encouraged to make dua, supplication, and seek Allah's guidance, knowing that He is the best of planners. One of the key ways to avoid overthinking is to practice mindfulness and focus on the present. In Islam, we are encouraged to focus on our actions and our worship without being distracted by external worries. Salah, prayer, provides an excellent opportunity for this, as it requires us to pause, clear our minds, and focus solely on our connection with Allah. In those moments, we forget about the world and our anxieties, and we find ourselves immersed in the presence of our Creator. This practice of mindfulness during prayer teaches us how to clear our minds and center our thoughts, helping us combat the constant cycle of overthinking. In addition to prayer, zikr, remembrance of Allah, is another powerful way to calm the mind and reduce overthinking. Repeating the names of Allah, reflecting on His greatness, and remembering His mercy fills our hearts with peace and contentment. By engaging in dhikr, we clear our minds of worries and focus on Allah's presence. This remembrance brings tranquility to our hearts and minds, allowing us to quiet the noise of overthinking and embrace a sense of calm. Gratitude also plays a vital role in reducing stress and mental clutter. When we focus on what we are thankful for, we stop fixating on what we lack. Gratitude shifts our mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance. The act of thanking Allah for His blessings fills our hearts with joy and appreciation. This practice helps us realize that, despite the challenges we face, we are surrounded by countless gifts from Allah. A grateful heart is a peaceful heart, and by practicing gratitude regularly, we can free ourselves from the grip of overthinking and embrace a more peaceful, contented life. And that's a wrap on today's video, dear brothers and sisters. I hope you now feel more equipped to empty your mind, find peace amidst the chaos, and strengthen your connection with Allah. Remember, Islam offers us the tools to achieve true tranquility, and it's through practices like prayer, trust, and remembrance that we can achieve that calm heart and clear mind. Thank you so much for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe to Deen Xplorers for more inspirational content. Let's continue to explore and grow in our faith together. May Allah grant us all peace and tranquility in our hearts. Until next time, take care, stay grounded, and keep remembering Him.